Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. So today I am doing a little video by request. If you remember, a couple Saturdays ago I did some postcards to send out to just help cheer people, let people know they're not alone. And so I had a request to show them how I made the postcards. So I have some 110-pound cardstock here. It's brown, or whatever you call it. Yeah, that kind of cardstock. And we're going to cut it up. And how I cut these, I cut these 4 by 6. So you should be able to get 2 postcards out of each 8.5 by 11 sheet. So all I'm going to do is go down here and cut 4 inches. By 6. Okay, I will do one more. And then of course we'll have some left over to go in our scrap pile. And I save big pieces of scrap. 4 by 6. Okay, so that is the base of our card. Then you're going to want to cut another piece to go on top. This makes this really sturdy. Now, I really like this piece of paper here. And I really want to use this right here on one of my cards. So I'm going to go over here. And because the cards are going to go long ways, I'm going to cut this at 6 here. And just split this paper in half. And then I'm going to cut it at 4 inches. Hopefully this will leave that little spot in there. Won't cut it off, and I don't think it will. So in this case, we can kind of let the paper do the work. So then all you're going to do is glue that on top. So that's one. Now, we may not just want to put a plain piece of card, but I brought some stamps out, and you'll want to bring some stamps with you. So let's do this one, a different one. Let's do one we have to stamp. And I usually stamp on the inside. So this card is already almost 6, so let's go ahead and make it 6. And by 4. Line that up. But they're real simple to make, and there we go. So that's all the cutting that you need to do. Now you can take a scoreboard and do this. On the back side of the card, you're going to want to make like where your address goes and where you know, you write your message on the other side. So all I'm going to do is take my ruler, put it here, and I'm going to go over to 3.5, make a little mark up here at the top at 3.5, and then just turn my ruler around and get that nice and straight. And just draw a little line. Now you can also use your scoreboard and do this. That's what I did on my last ones. And then you just want to make sure that you glue these two back to back, like that. Let's do this one. Come over here. Make a little mark at 3.5. And then we're going to go down here. Make a little mark at 3.5, and then join our line. There you go. You can address this and then this side. Then the only thing we're going to do now on this one is to glue it on there. And I'm just going to use my art glitter glue because this is a little heavier cardstock. This actually came out of one of my Hot Buy paper pads. I think it's Spring Posies. And the paper is just a little bit thicker. But since we're lining this up on a piece of paper, I would definitely recommend using wet glue or glue stick, something that will give you some wiggle room so that you can line it up on your card. And then I just lay this down flat, go down here to the bottom, match that up. It gives you just a little bit of wiggle room. And then just smooth it down. Okay. On this side, now see, the paper may not cut even or whatever. I may not cut the paper even, but it's fine for right now. You can always take your scissors and trim that off. And then I'm just going to put a little stamp on the inside. And I brought this big one out because I'm going to use a big stamp in a minute. And this one just says, some people like flowers, give pleasure just by being. And I thought that was a sweet, like a little encouraging sentiment there. And just stamp that at the bottom. There you go. And then you can just address this side. And then if you really want to, and that bothers you because it does me, just take your scissors and trim the excess off. Okay. Now that postcard is done because you already had like this thing right here on there. Now this one, I got a free stamp set from May. And it's this one right here. It's the one that says the gift of God on it. And I really wanted to use this to just send anonymously to somebody, a few people, and, you know, to let them know somebody cares about them and to share the good news. Now, when you get a brand new stamp set, this is really a helpful tip here. If you'll rub your hands on it, because you'll get some of the oils off your skin, it will stamp a whole lot nicer for you. So you're just kind of like prepping it. So I'm going to take this one off and line this one up. And this is a pretty big stamp. So I'm trying to line the biggest parts down here. Turn around, make sure I got it on here. Now on this one, I'm going to stamp it like this on the long ways. But I think it might fit this way too. Yeah, it just will fit this way. So I may stamp this over here like this. And then you can put some little decorations right there if you want to. But it needs to be flat because remember, you're mailing this. So I'm just going to stamp. Now, if you're doing a whole lot of these like I did before, you can use your Stamp Perfect or your Misty or whatever stamping platform that you have. And I have to tell you, that is really nice and convenient because you can just do a whole bunch at the same time. I think I'm just going to line this one up in the middle. And I'm just going to press down on it. Give time for that ink to transfer to the paper. When you're stamping sentiments, I highly recommend VersaFine ink. It's a pigment ink and it just stamps words very crisp. I like it. Okay, and so that's stamped out really pretty. And so then probably what I would do is maybe I'll take one of these right here. This little stamp over here. Take this off. I'm not going to get another one. And I would probably stamp it in a different color, but since I only have the black ink out, I'm going to use the black ink, and then I might be able to fill it in, color it in later. So I'll come over here on this side and stamp like a little branch going on the side of it. And then I'll switch it around and go the opposite way on this side. So it's kind of a frame. There we go. Let's see. And then we'll just do the same thing over here. We're just going to glue this to the back of our board. I'm going to put the glue on here while that's drying a little bit. And it's about time for me to refill my bottles. Of course, it would help if I took the top off. You just want to make sure you go around the edges really good. Get it all the way out to the edge. Now, just set this down and you're going to center this on the bottom. Try to line your sides up like so. And I am going to smooth it out on this, on the back side, just because I just stamped that and I don't want it to. And I gave myself a little wiggle room because I didn't get that quite right. Okay. So now I'm just going to go around, if I missed any, like right here on the top. I don't know why paper doesn't cut right, and I can cut it the same all the way across. I mean, line it up the same way. Sometimes it doesn't come out right. There we go. So this one is the free gifted guide. And on just on the inside on this one, I'm just going to do the same little sentiment. Okay. Okay, and so there's our postcard. Just real quick and easy. So, Bonnie, I hope that you will try these. Very simple to make. They don't have to be fancy. You can let your paper do your work for you. Just stamp a little sentiment on this side of the card. Then you have your little space to address it right there. And very quick and easy. So, I hope you all will give this a shot. Make you some postcards. Send them out to make somebody smile. Have a blessed day. And don't forget, if you've not yet subscribed to my channel, go ahead and hit that red button down there that says subscribe. And don't forget to hit the bell. And then you can be notified every time I upload a video, depending on what selection you make in the menu, the drop-down menu of the bell. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all again soon. Bye!